Right, I'm back with a third video of this 3 discussion on the art form known as music as a body of work and explaining my likes of the artwork formerly known as music. So, as I was saying in the previous videos about the vinyl records that I have within my personal collection, that I like Deep Purple Machine Head album, and I just think that you should hear it. And in the background you can hear that Tubular Bells, Two Sides, except that anyway, guys. Right, been listening to quite a lot of records today actually. The ones Mike Oldfield, and Metallica, and a tiny little bit mixed one for the 60s earlier on the day, and the what was the Full Monty soundtrack, which is in the spare room that I've got a snooker table in. I call it the snooker room, and that's got a record player in it also. The red one that I've showed you in previous YouTube videos, which I took out of this bedroom which I'm previously in, as you can see, and put it into the spare room with the snooker table in it, the snooker room, aka the snooker room. And so I have one in the snooker room and one in my bedroom, but I wanted the one in my bedroom that I've got now, which you can hear in the background, has a headphone socket, so I can listen to it after 9 at night. 9 if you're German, or 9 if you're British, or Jamaican, or Irish, or Australian. Like her and AC/DC. Even though Angus Young and Malcolm Young, the brothers, were born in Scotland and then moved to Australia, the same way Mark Knopfler out of Dire Straits, he's got a Newcastle accent and he lives there, but he was born in Glasgow. So was the late great Bon Scott, who died in 1980 because he drank too much and he choked on his own vomit. He was born in Scotland as well, but moved to Australia. That's why they sound Australian. Don't know how I got that wee thing on my finger the day. Now and again, I just have wee things on me and I don't know how I get them. But it's been brilliant so far, listening to all my records and collecting them and stuff like that. Right. I do like this album and I'm glad I've got it in my collection, but it's maybe not quite as good as I thought it was going to be, but maybe one day I'll get into it and fully appreciate the body of work which contains within the vinyl record. And it's that, but I've always heard about it and seen pictures of it and stuff like that, and I just thought, oh, Mount Rushmore, Deep Purple in rock, and I just thought I had to purchase it and have it in my personal vinyl record collection, so I could proceed on listening to its entirety and what contains within the product. I've got so many black vinyl records, but I've got a few colourful ones. and I love when I can get a nice colourful one, which I will show you in a second. Growing up and from my childhood, there were a rock band that consisted of Amy Lee, which was the lead singer and pianist of this band, and at HMV in Livingston, which I purchased it from, it was on a Saturday because it was a Father's Day deal, which every album that was on offer was a different colour, and I had to just proceed on purchasing it because I done research about the album beforehand, but I did like the band before I looked at the album, and then when I came home and seen it was that colour, I was just like, wow, incredible. Aye, in fact, I'll take a few vinyl records and proceed in showing you what the product looks like, the colours, if you will, of the vinyl record itself. Right, just be a second. Hey, this album that I am about to show you, right, I got this online, but I did get one or two out of HMV, and this is it. Now, only in my opinion though, right, because I am saying it as I see it, and as I heard it quite a few times in its entirety, now I can say in my opinion about this vinyl record LP by Paramore. In my opinion, it probably is and will be my least favourite album that they've ever done, or probably ever will do, because I mean, I do get it, and it's different because it's almost like it's heavily influenced by Blondie. There's nothing wrong with that, because Blondie's brilliant, and Debbie Harry in her prime, whoosh, like OMG, or oh my gosh. Right, as I was saying about the vinyl records itself, which looks like that. Fantastico. I didn't get this in HMV though, I got that online. Oh, Amazon, I did, very much so. I just like one day thought to myself, I really do like Paramore, and I want to delve into more of their body of work and hear everything in their entirety to appreciate the body of work of which they produce, to proceed to record and put out to the world for the world to hear. And I thought I need to hear more. So that is what I proceeded on doing, which was getting the full collection of the rock band Paramore. That one, which is so underrated, it's unreal. Not just as a Paramore LP, as an LP on its own. Very good album, that. Very, very, very good. You wouldn't, I mean, it's mental. I mean, can you tell what the album's called by the front cover? Comments below if you know what the name it is. LOL. That's a very good album. At first I wasn't too keen on it. I mean, my two best Paramore songs are on this album, but the last two times I've heard it, it's actually, as a whole album, better than what I previously thought of it when I first heard it. Overall, that's their best album, because Careful is a fantastic song, Ignorance, Playing God, Brick by Born Bricks, the Only Exception. Oh, it's just incredible. Trust me here, guys, right? Well, guys and girls. If I had to only choose maybe say like a handful of Palmore songs for you to proceed on listening to, then it would be, for me anyway, for someone that's not heard them, and someone came up and says like, what would you recommend? I would recommend Brick by Boring Brick, Only Exception, Ain't It Fun, Still Into You, and Ew. Ew. That's what you get. Misery Business. And what other one would it be? Yeah. Well, in my opinion, they are the songs of which Palmore have that I would recommend to you to listen to, just so you can see if they are worth listening to in their full entirety. But if I was only to recommend one song, it would probably be Ain't It Fun. But the other one that I mentioned earlier on, which I think maybe is my best, well, it's either Brick by Boring Brick, which was number 4 on that album, or number 2 on side B on that album, Ain't It Fun. And it is fun in its entirety. Don't know why I say that a lot. But to appreciate a band or artist in its full entirety, you have to dive into everything that they have recorded as an artist. An artiste. But definitely, that album is so underrated as an album, not just as Palmore's album. All We Know, Pressure, Emergency, and then My Heart, the last song on side 2 is a fantastic song, but it's a good album. Very, very good album, their heaviest album they've made. Aye, it is aye. But that's what you get. That's the first one of their songs I heard, and I really liked it. Might listen to Palmore later on, actually. Huh? Right, anyway, I was just looking at the TV there, and Arsenal have bet Southampton. And the match that was on, Burnley versus Watford, it wasn't a very good game, but Burnley won it? Yes, very much so. Aye, Rodriguez scored a header, the striker. Even though, right, football's came back, and I'm so glad it did, the Premiership, and they managed to get it all go ahead. They didn't feel like Premiership matches, in my opinion. They feel like glorified friendlies, because there's no fans in the stadium. I think the matches would be a little bit better if there was fans in the stadium, because the fans make it what it is. And it's the same with snooker. Aye, there's no fans there either. Oh, snooker. Today I have chosen to proceed on drinking this cold beverage from a can, which consists of Irn-Bru energy drink, which in my opinion is one of the best energy drinks I have proceeded to purchase and proceeded to try and decide if I like it or not, and which give it thumbs up. In the snooker which I have just turned over to, Mark Allen is beating Mark Selby 8-2, and it's the first one to 90. In fact, it's the first one to 9, because Mark Allen is already clearing up with 82 points to 8, and he's won it, so he's going to be in the final. Mark Allen versus Stephen Maguire, and in my opinion, I think that Stephen Maguire will just edge it on previous performances. But it should be a classic in my opinion if the two players play to their full potential. I mean, technically I'm not really bothered about who wins per se, but just because Steve Maguire's Scottish I want him to win, but I do like Mark Allen when he's on form and flowing in the balls, making his high breaks as he proceeds to do. Very good close control with his cue action. Now, that is it for this other video. It's been nice explaining to you about my vinyl record collection and music as a art form. Now, obviously, everything I say is just in my opinion and what I like, so you can see what I like, and so that you can make up your own mind. Make up your own mind about all of the albums I have previously showed you, and just so I can promote the albums, I suppose. But as I have said previously, and I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart and the top of my lungs, thank you very much for watching any one of these videos that I have proceeded to make. It has been a pleasure and an honour of making them, because it gives me something to pass the time away. And like, comment, subscribe, share, do what you like. Hope this entertains you in some way, shape or form. And look out for the next video. So it's over and out from me from now. But thank you very much everyone in your entirety for your time out of your life on this planet called Earth, and enjoying or proceeding to enjoy set videos of which I make and upload. So thank you very much. It's over and out. Pounded Noggin. See ya.